let's start with Square Enix's continued struggles with Final Fantasy XVI. Now, as recently as last month, they were very quick to enact damage control when stories reporting the game's lackluster sales numbers began to pop up all across the media landscape. And as we reported at the time, Square's rebuttals didn't exactly match the actual facts of the situation inconveniently enough, and in many cases only served to make them come across rather panicky about the whole thing. Well, now we know why, and if you'll allow me, I told you so. As it turns out, all those outlets reporting Final Fantasy XVI sales numbers as a disappointment for Square Enix weren't so crazy after all. Imagine that. Sure, maybe the install base played a part in the amount of copies moved. Sure, maybe previous series entries did benefit from being on the PS4. But if that's the case, no one told the fucking market that, as their shares just saw their worst intraday drop in almost 3 years. Womp womp, poor corpos. But Shanghai Pete, you may be thinking, how can you be sure that this has anything to do with Final Fantasy XVI sales numbers? Well, because market analysts had that same question, and the answer they got was in the form of Square's earnings report from Wednesday, which showed a disastrous 79% drop in operating profit. And according to Square Enix president Takashi Kiryu, that was largely a result of Final Fantasy XVI launch sales, quote, not meeting the high end of the company's expectations, end quote. So, is that definitive enough for everybody? Personally, I couldn't give fuck one how well Final Fantasy XVI or any game sold it. Plays no part in my enjoyment, I don't care. But unlike the Final Fantasy series, tribal internet battles over whose Corpo Daddy is best show no signs of losing popularity, so this kind of thing remains something people want addressed. Well, there we go. I hope everybody's satisfied. I was right again. I may not give a shit about sales numbers, but I do care about being proven correct.